Okay, so I tried using my new camera for my webcam for my computer. Apparently, I don't have software to record anything. And Facebook Live is being really stupid. Like, it does 3 seconds and stops. So, anyway, the main reason I'm doing this video real quick is for people who have questions about miniatures, because I've had several people ask, like, do you really paint those? Yes, we paint miniatures. Not to the degree that some people who spend hours and hours and hours on one miniature. And also because I have friends who have friends and loved ones that they themselves don't play, but their friends or family members do, and they would like to get Christmas gifts for their family members. I'm taking my glasses off because there's a huge glare. That looks weird because I don't have my glasses. Real quick overview about miniatures. You don't have to have miniatures to play D&D. A lot of people don't play with them. They do total theater of the mind. And there are times we don't. Like if you're all battling one... that was hilarious. If you're all battling one big monster, you don't really need one necessarily. Although with some effects, it's easier to keep up with. But if you have several people playing, it's a lot easier that way. Anyway, real quick, D&D playing in-game with miniatures. There are different sizes. They're small, which are itty-bitty. Let me see if I have a small one in here. This is my box of fun stuff over here. I know I have some small somewhere here. Uh-oh, I broke a zombie's arm off. I find that terribly hilarious. Normally I would be mad at myself for breaking a mini, but that's just funny. Let's see. This is a small mini. It is a goblin. Its base is small. It's a little less than an inch. It says goblin on there. Can't tell. There we go. There's goblin. It's not very clear. It says goblin. This is a small base. It's a medium base. Most minis you're going to use are going to be mini, regular, medium, this size. And then there's a large. And there's giant. And they get it bigger. By the way, this is a giant, a miniature of a fire giant, dreadnought shield fire giant. Oh. This is how they compete height-wise. They're like, way significant. So, like, if you're up against a fire giant, yeah, it's a big bad. Our group has fought many. I've taken them on myself and only died several times. Luckily, we have a really nice cleric, and I love you, Christina, and you're the most wonderful cleric ever. Don't tell Stacy I said that. There's different sizes. There are also different places you can get your miniatures. There are lots of stores online you can go to. You can do local gaming shops. We always try to go to gaming shops, especially ours here in town, the Gathering Place. Every time we travel, we try to find the game stores. Our favorite is Madness Games and Comics in Plano. They are wonderful. There are different brands. We've only been able to get that we've always purchased so far. Been Reaper minis, been Reaper miniatures, which are wonderful. They you get them in metals and plastics, and when you go to their site, they have various quality of print of mini, so you can get some that are really nice quality, so the details are amazing, but they're also like $10, $12, $15 a mini, where the rest of them where you get a little lower quality, which if you're just doing it for gameplay, spend the $2 or $3 instead, and you can get the one. Sometimes they're in multi-packs. The one we usually use, though, because they're the most readily available and they're just really cool, are from WizKids. And this is what they look like in a package. Some Dragonborn sorcerers. Part of what we like about theirs, I've got one in here somewhere, or is that probably the one that I knocked in the floor when my phone fell over? Here we go. Is theirs, some of them, like if they have a magical effect, they're clear, so that you can do a transparent paint on them, and it looks really cool. Getting water or something. This one, he's throwing rocks using magic, so the magic part's yellow. We also, the paint we use for those, you can use all sorts of paints. We get over at Hobbytown, for the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. cover that later. We get, when you get the minis, these you get in packs of 2, unless they're a big one. Some of the bigger ones we've got are, which I don't have any over here, of course, are 1 in a package, and they're these, like, it's $5. And anywhere we found them, they're the same price. It's one nice thing we found with gaming shops is most of the time the prices between shops is very consistent. But there's usually, if they're like this, there's 2. Sometimes if they're tiny, there's 4. If there's some others, like really big ones, they cost more. Like the white dragon I have was like 15, something like that. And these are unpainted minis. Reaper the same way. One of the really nice things about WizKids is, besides the fact they're already primed, is that they all come with bases. They also sell now, WizKids, you can buy packages of just bases. And some of them are clear and some of them are black. And that way you can, if you've got other minis, you can have consistent size on the base, which when you're using a map is way easier. Again, you don't have to use map. You can use theater of the mind. You can use like quarters or buttons. I'll do a DM video later and show you some stuff I use. Okay, you're a crazy person. Like you don't know that already. But the ones we normally get are the Reaper ones, which are like this. This is a Reaper one that we painted, or I painted this one. Oh, I'm a moon elf. I'm a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. A blue wizard. We also get Reaper. And just to give you a little idea of how they're different, part of it is each different gaming system has a different variation on what a creature looks like. And even within one game system, they can look different. For example, Myconids in D&D look like mushroom people. They're not all mushrooms look like, therefore all Myconids aren't going to look like. This is what, when I ordered minis from Reaper, sorry, I knocked my glasses on the floor. I found a set of 3. So I ordered them and painted them all together. They're so cute. This little family of Myconids. If you tell Stacy Myconids are cute, Stacy is like my Sylvester. She's not my biological sister, but she's my sister. She's a bigger D&D nerd than I am. This came in a set of 3. But you see how these look. The Myconids from the WizKids pack look like this. A lot of theirs, let's see if it'll adjust. A lot of theirs are closer to what are actually in the D&D manuals, but they also cover Pathfinder and some other stuff too. So, yeah, whatever you like. Pathfinder goblins are different. This is a D&D goblin. Pathfinder goblins are more comical. Big pointy ears and heads. Their clunky bobble heads are adorable. You have, on occasion, you have to make your own. Like when you need a Myconid sprout, which is a baby Myconid. You have to make your own with Sculpey because they don't make them. But, bringing us back to the blind pack. Sometimes, D&D, they do different lines. There's different adventure books. Tomb of Annihilation, Guide to Ravnica, Tomb of Annihilation. Did I ever say Tomb of Annihilation? Descent into Everin? I sound really stupid right now. I know. Tyranny of Dragons. Right now, if you want to run Tyranny of Dragons, Gathering Place has 4 packs, I think it is, of minis from Tyranny of Dragons. It's hard to find minis, the packs off books that have been out a really long time. Most of what they're going to have are going to be the newer ones. Tyranny's been out quite a while. I was very tempted to buy all 4 boxes. I didn't. I was good. I showed a little bit of restraint. Anyway, but you can go online and find where people have bought packs and they're individuals, and they cost more because you can get just what you want. Or, if you're brave and daring, as I am once per payday, because, let's face it, I have a problem. My friends will call the dice a problem, but they don't call the minis a problem because they benefit from the minis. For example, like when you get a blind box, there's one set that costs a couple of dollars more a box. but they get one of this size and then 3 smaller ones. Most of them have one like this size and 3 smaller ones. And they're a lot of them, they have one for each book. So if there's certain characters or creatures just that come specifically from those books, that's what's going to be in those groups. These, however, are the ones I've been getting because they're the icons of the realm. They're Monster Menagerie. They're standard D&D monsters more. And you don't know what you're getting until you open them. Last time, I got a swarm of bats in a Rakshasa, and I squealed like a schoolgirl. Because Rakshasa. They're a tiger demon. A demon that looks like a tiger, but its hands are like backwards. But they're kind of really badass and creepy. But anyway, they'll have, it's like, each have like 44, most of them have more than 44 minis in the collection. You get 3 small ones and 1 big one. You don't know what you get till you open it. So we're going to see what's in this one and see if it's a, oh, okay, or it's a yes. Well, this is going to be a, okay, because, I got a second iron golem, which isn't bad. Because you can, there are a lot of times if you have a golem, you might have 2 golems in play. So it's not bad to have 2. It's just like, oh, I really was hoping I had something I didn't have. But that's okay. And again, if you were buying minis for somebody, they already have that mini, they're going to be happy anyway. They won't care. Like dice, if they already have a set, they won't care. They'll still like them anyway. Just buy them. If they're pretty and sparkly and they make clickety-clack noises, buy them. Except for metal ones, they're kind of expensive. But they would really love you if you bought a set. Okay, and here's OJ. OJ came to visit. Say hi, OJ. And say hi. No, he's probably going to try to bite my fingers. Let's see what else is in here. Let's see. I'm wondering if these are like the almost exact same packs together or something. Sometimes. Let's see. I have a bugbear. Bugbears are, well, not pleasant. But they're very traditional. What are you? This is rather heinous looking. It's a sea hag. Ah! This is a, as with the minis, pre-painted minis. These are always going to be pre-painted. Not the best paint job. But still, I have a sea hag. I have a Bahur hag and a sea hag that I painted for, that I got from WizKids. It's fantastic. Much better paint job. For once, I say that with confidence. That doesn't happen often. My paint job was better than someone else's. Of course, I took a little more time. And this one, you recall previously as the reception chamber. Yes, tiny. It's a halfling rogue. Got a tiny little halfling rogue now. Give you a scale. A halfling is tiny. If you know D&D, you probably know. If you don't, halfling is actually the same thing as a hobbit. However, the Tolkien family, when they came out with the first books and called them hobbits, they were like, you can't do that. So they lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Neo Cthulhu in one of the deity guides. My brother bought Jerry like the most fantastic book one year for Christmas. He actually got one before the Lovecraft family got in and said, you can't use that name. So it actually says Cthulhu in the book. But anyway, those are what I got in my box. Pretty cool. Not as cool as some boxes I've gotten, but still, these are actually all minis I'll probably use a lot more than some of the other ones that are really cool, but I might not use them as much. Let's see, real quick. Oh, I'll show you what else I got. Jerry made the really cool gelatinous cubes minis, like pieces, so you can like put them over a creature. Gelatinous cubes are just what they sound like, except that they do acid damage. They make one. I'm kind of glad we got one just because it's part of the collection. This one you can put your Minnie inside of it, and it looks like it has skeletons and stuff around it, and then they're in the Minnie. Jerry's just set over them though, and they look really cool, and it's a lot easier. You can just literally take it on and off the table. But they're so cool. He's wonderful. Although we might want to paint him yellow. It'd be kind of cool. Not all gelatinous cubes are going to be the same color. I have a feeling. Okay, that's what I was telling you about minis. Because I've got an audience, and I'm a ham. I know you're shocked. A few other things you may want to know about. Pecan M&M, pie M&Ms. Find them. They are wonderful. In all sincerity, get them. Put them in your mouth. You know, if you like pecan pie, if you don't like pecan pie, please don't put them in your mouth. You won't like them. But they're fantastic. Walmart's the only place I found it. I had posted before on my Facebook page about my Elvira palette. That Megan Bradley, my wonderful stylist and makeup person, introduced me to and used on my face. Unleaded. This is my favorite blush ever. This is Unpleasant Dreams, blackest black eyeshadow you're ever going to get. It's wonderful. Lunatic Labs. That's LUNATICK Labs online. They had them on sale for $10 the other day. Normally $35. I think I paid $25. They were on sale for $10. But they make other things, such as the Vampira. I had to get it because it's cool. And I'm playing a Vampire Mother game. But look how pretty these colors are. Aren't those pretty? And ghoulish. What ghoul wouldn't find them? They also have their line of lipsticks. Look like they're bullet casings. I had to get this one. This color is much better than it looks. I didn't think it was not that great, but I kind of had to get it because marked down. They're like on sale for $6. And the name's RPG. So it's a role-playing game acronym. And the other makeup, real quick, I was going to show you, like, is brand new, and I just thought it's cool because of the name. Lovecraft Beauty. And actually, I used it today. I really like it. It's a bronzer. But I just thought it was cool. Lovecraft Beauty for when you want your face to look like it's been attacked by tentacles. I think that's all for now. You think? I think that's all I was going to say. Pretty sure. Oh, no, Rick, come here. Come here, Rick. You have to see Rick in his costume because he's adorable. Come here. Come here so everyone can see you in your costume because you are precious. He has had this on for like an hour or more. No, more like, what, 2 hours? And look, he's a caterpillar. You look over there and say hi. Say, I'm so cute. This is adorable. We will talk to you later. Have a lovely day. Say bye, Rick. Bye, Rick. Woof, woof. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.